Welcome back to Grounded, the home of mindfulness, meditation, and self-exploration. Sorry about the quality of the picture at the moment. We have to roll with it anyway. I have a new phone, so hopefully once I swap this one over, quality should be a bit better. But today's video, talking about anger and understanding what anger is. Now, as humans, we have justified anger as a human emotion. And on one level, that's correct. It is a human emotion. But on another level, it's also ignorance. In truth, it is but ignorance. But it's ignorance that is the human condition that has allowed anger to be okay. Well, if you're listening to my videos, I'm telling you now that anger is not okay. If you are being angry, you are not being responsible for your life. You are not being responsible for your life situations. Anger is the byproduct of not enough self-awareness. Anger is the byproduct of not enough self-discovery. Anger is the byproduct of emotional past pain, an accumulation of past pain, an accumulation of past emotion that has not been faced consciously, that has not been understood, integrated, healed. So anger is always pointing to parts of you that are unhealed. Now let's look at anger a little bit more. Anger is an explosion. Anger is an explosion of energy projected outwards. But what creates that explosion outwards? That explosion outwards is created by an external stimulus of the same nature of that pain. Now, this is what happens when we haven't consciously faced ourselves. We haven't consciously dissolved our own negative emotion. We haven't consciously dissolved our own suppressed past pain. It becomes an attraction point for the same like, for the same match in frequency. So your life will create, or situations will unfold in your life that reflect back them unhealed past traumas, them unhealed aspects of yourself. And as these are mirrored back to you in your reality, because you haven't faced it, the pain comes up, takes over, and expresses outwards, cancelling out that which has lined up with it, that which has triggered it, that which is of the same nature. And it's in these opportunities, it's in these moments that we get an insight into what hasn't been healed within. But only if you are conscious enough to challenge the pain, if you are consciously enough to question into what is going on within you, rather than being ignorant and blaming the situation. Every situation that gets you triggered, every situation that comes into your life that causes you pain, you created it, you attracted it, you are responsible for it. Every situation. So anytime you are angry, you are being called, or you are being given the opportunity to identify that which doesn't serve you. Not only does it not serve you, but it doesn't serve your loved ones. It doesn't serve your nearest and dearest, because it's these people that we put our pain onto. It's these people that we express emotion onto. Now, in the human psyche is a dark spot, which is in the subconscious. It's a part of our psyche that we have suppressed because we're unable to deal with, unable to face. And the only way we get insight into this suppressed side to us, this shadow aspect to us, which is subconscious, is when we are being triggered, is when we are becoming angry. So anytime you're feeling this emotion, you're being given an opportunity to heal. Now, for most of us, this opportunity will be too late for us to catch. Now, what I mean by that is when you're becoming self-aware, when anger takes you over, you become the anger. You identify, you align with it. And because you identify and align with it and you become it, there's no longer an opportunity to consciously hold it. But as we begin to challenge into ourselves, as we begin to challenge our anger, we can begin to gain ground. We can begin to gain ground over this emotional pain that destroys our life, that destroys our loved ones' lives. Now, you may be you may be taken over by anger. But when anger is expressed and the energy is moved and it's expelled, you get the opportunity to see that I have been angry again. Now, even if that is your first step, even if only becoming aware that I have just been angry, that I have expressed anger, just becoming aware that you have done that, even if it caught you and it took you over, just becoming aware after the situation and challenging it, you're becoming more aware. You are taking the steps to self-awareness. And the more you take them steps, the more you will begin to face that which you have not faced. And the more you begin to face it, the more you will begin to understand it. And the more you begin to understand it, the more you can integrate it, the more you can heal these aspects of yourself that need to be healed. We don't gain control of ourselves by trying to control our emotional pain. We gain control of ourselves by being aware of it. Not trying to stop yourself from being angry, but being more aware of it after, in the initial process, after it's passed. And the more you become aware of it, the more you gain ground in it. And as you gain ground in it, you begin to consciously dissolve it, which means you no longer continue down that road of expression. You actually begin to gain ground, conscious ground of this emotion. And then when it comes up, you no longer suppress. You're just aware. And when you're becoming aware, and when you're able to be purely aware of it when it's arising, you are no longer attached to it. And when you are no longer attached to it, you no longer need to push it away. And so you can consciously dissolve it by being pure awareness, by allowing, by stepping back, by stepping from identification and allowing. And you will consciously, over time, dissolve this pain until it no longer moves you. And when it no longer moves you, you are free. from suffering. Not only are you free, but you're so self-aware. Reality no longer reflects back. Your life becomes harmonious, and that is because you have become harmonious. Till next one, much love.